What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I working on? It's got 8 lugs. It's got low-drain G tires that were underinflated. I was trying to remove the wheel nuts and only one came off. What am I working on? Why have I got the oxyacetylene torch blasting away with expensive gas and compressed oxygen? What am I working on? You know, if you heat this up and you don't cool it off, the wheel could explode. The tire could blow right off the rim. I saw a video on YouTube where that happened to a guy. You heat it up and then you shock it. You kind of do 3 things with 2 hands. And it's impossible. What am I working on? I bought a swimming pool on wheels. Yep. I needed to move some stuff, and I thought of renting a truck for a couple $100 bucks. I said, why should I rent a truck for $200 when I can buy one for $2,000 and then store my stuff in the T-Ruck and not have to bring back the rental and not deal with it and insurance and get it scratched. They charge you by the mile. I have to go 150 miles with it, so instead of paying $200 to rent a truck, now I can store my stuff inside it. I don't even know if they had a van big enough for me. So I went to the car auction, nothing there. There was a high cube van, a Ford F450 with 300,000 miles that sold to just over $2,000. Had brand new Michelin tires, looked pretty good for 300,000 miles. Ran all right. Oh, 2005 probably or something like that. Big high cube square body van. So I looked on the classifieds, Kijiji, Craigslist, and I found this piece of crap. I went and looked at it, and the guy had it sitting under a tree and changing from one side of the street to the other because of parking restrictions. And I made him an offer and he accepted it, and I drove it away, and one of the calipers was seized. So I drove it to a friend's caliper and starter rebuilding shop. He let me use his bay. And I wish I could have made a video, but I was pressed for time. I got there at 3 and they were closing at 6. I knew it would take me 3 hours, and everything was rusted on. So I finally got my caliper off. All these wheel nuts came off with his low-powered air gun. I've got a much stronger air gun. All the wheel nuts came off. This one, only one came off. I didn't want to bust any studs. So let's see what happens now. I'll take my welding goggles off. Oh, that's better. Couldn't see a thing, and I can't see a thing anyways. It's still friggin' tight. Where's my silicone spray? I did have some silicone spray here. Oh. Yeah, look what I bought. I bought a swimming pool on wheels, Unicell. And it's not a cell phone. It's a high cube fiberglass bodied Chevy Express 3500 chassis cab with a big fiberglass body. And I know where my silicone spray is. That's next to the Rust Tundra. I was going to work on this thing too when it gets dark so quickly. I got the axle done, the brake line done. Look what I bought. I bought a graffiti. So I changed that caliper. I wish I could have showed it to you. I took a couple pictures. It was seized and the wheel was dragging and the rotor was getting hot. I took it off and the pistons were exploded like a piece, like someone had put dynamite inside the 2 pistons. I'd never seen that before. It exploded. The pistons were, and I wish I could, I wish I had the required skill to do this on my computer or edit it, but I don't. But the caliper, junk. Caliper was junk, and now the brakes work. The brakes work all right, but I did buy another caliper for the front. I bought another caliper for the front, and it's got rear disc brakes as well, and I don't want to put the emergency brake on. Look at this, rusted. But otherwise, it's not too bad. It's your typical North Country rust. Oh yeah. I heated this one up. More spray on the threads. I don't believe in PB Blaster or Croil or nail polish remover and hand cleaner. Nothing works but good old tons of oxyacetylene heat. So what did I buy? I bought a 2003 Chevy Express Van 3500. It does not have the heavy-duty rear axle, which I thought maybe it was a 2500, but I looked up the VIN. It is a 3500. It's got the smaller 3/4 ton rear axle. It's got 2-inch lift blocks. Look at that. It's not that rusty. For 15 years old, 200,000 miles. Yeah, it's not that bad. I've seen a lot worse than this. That's an awfully big gas tank, but it doesn't have the removable pinion in the front. So I don't know if it's got the heavy-duty rear brakes with the bearing on the exterior. It's not that bad. I got it all full of junk. It's all full of furniture, packed full. The door's got a noisy check. Clack, clack. I'll have to get one of those. I wonder if they're the same on my G5 as they are on the Chevy van. It looks the same. Look at that. Look at all the debris, the leaf debris. Packed full. The windshield wipers don't work. The rockers are, I've seen a lot worse than this. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this thing or not. I may. It's got 200,000 miles. It's full of junk. Packed full of crap. I got my road food. I got my Montreal Canadiens Kleenex, made in China. So this is what I bought. Just a plain Jane work truck. I don't want to try the emergency brake because who knows if it'll work, if it'll release. It's a 6-liter 2003. The doors aren't rusty like on my G5. The windshield wipers don't work. It's got some graffiti. And, oh, I left the cap off. Oh, right there. Put some antifreeze in it. It was missing 3 quarts of antifreeze. Like I said, I went to a guy's shop that rebuilds calipers and starters and alternators. So he's going to rebuild me a good used core starter for 50 bucks instead of a new one for 100. It's got a new battery and it's got a new alternator, and the starter, it looks like, we say in Yiddish, Meinetsurus, which means yaka, yaka, poo-poo. Yucky, yucky, poopy. Where is it? I'll get my hand over that lens. The starter looks original. So it's got a big 4L80, I presume, so maybe I'll change the oil in that. The engine oil pressure's 20 pounds, so it definitely needs an oil and filter change, big time. Not too rusty. I've seen a lot worse than this for the North Country. This starter looks yucky. Where's the lamp on this thing? Right there. So I'm going to get a spare starter because I don't want to be stuck and not be able to change it because nothing comes off. I got to change the windshield wiper motor. Look at this reservoir. Looks just like my Suburban has the same one as that, I think. Something has the same one. The wipers don't work. They're all packed full of mucky and the air filter is clogged. I'll show you that. This guy just drove it. Just drove it. Look at this. Put it up to the sun, see if we can see through it. Nope. Blocked. Blocked. Some people just drive their vehicles till they drop. Don't know how to take care of things. So that's the score. This is what I bought. Let's see if I can get this thing off. Oh. Low drain G tires. Where are they made? Xinjiang, China or Thailand? They are made in Grip 760s. Where are they made? 245, 75R16, 10 ply rating. They're heavy duty tires. They had 40 pounds of air and I had a good load. Yep, made in China. What else is new? Made in Xinjiang, China. Ding, ding, ding. So how's this one? The other side was bad. The pads just disintegrated when I took them off. This side's not so bad. Let's see a little bit of material here. Could be worse. This side's not so bad. The other side was junk. The pistons were exploded. So the guy said, go into the core pile and get yourself some good used pads in the core pile. He says people take off calipers and they scrap them with good pads. And he was right, but I couldn't get the bolts off. They were so seized. So this is it. Rusted. 6-liter. Runs very well. Just a little rusty. What are you gonna do? That's it. One high cube. Looks like a swimming pool Probably made by the same company.